There's Glenn, your handyman. Now that was cut to make room for the flange?
Yes.
So how much are you taking off? Like a, looks like a half inch? We have to remember that for our for the next ones. Voila, that was smooth. Now we got to do the bottom and top.
Yep.
I hope you hold that.
Yep, I'm going to have you do one end, I'll do the other. So, that's where you want to be. Right, come up on your end, right there.
Okay.
So here's a technique you won't find in the manual. But if we wrap the cord around the ladder, we can pull up the saw from the ground and save time from having to go up and down the ladder and risking slipping as we go.
That's part of it. Now you actually have to move the ladder. Nice clean cut though.
That's where you hope the ladder doesn't collapse on you as you
start applying some pressure there. Fine. Alright, now we just gotta work our way up. So, you recommend not wearing any protective gear?
No protective gear is needed.
no mask, no goggles.
That's right.
You just choke it down. You got another 20 years in you.
It's called fiber.
It sure is.
There's a little fiber in your. Okay.
So now we got a flange issue.
We have a flange issue?
Yeah? Didn't you say it's gonna?
Oh, we'll fix that.
Okay.
So, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut this back.
Yeah, I think the cutout from when you held it up it needed to get into that sheetrock. Or whatever you would, what do you call this part?
Yeah, so we're going to have to go in the full depth of the window.
Yeah.
Is my tape in there?
Yep.
Okay, can you tell it to me? So 1.25 inches.
Yeah, I think we've had to do that for all the other windows. You had gone in about 1.25 inches all the way.
And we butted up inside.
And then remember how we sealed it off real nice? It looked like it was all just finished work.
So
any of this damage that we did didn't show. We're going to attempt to put that window into an existing hole, but we're going to have to make the hole just a bit bigger due to the flanges and the custom size of the window, going from aluminum to vinyl. So you said it was about a 1/2 inch?
1.25
inches. Bless you. That's part of the job too, right?
See that?
Mm-hmm. Nice straight edge there. Zoop, zoop. Got to go 1.25 inches all the way around to get basically the width of the window from the flange to the framing.
Okay.
Now the fun part, at the top. So the question is now is to always measure twice and cut once, right? And from here, the 1.25 inches, but to here, we want to make sure we're not going in too far. So we have to measure from the inside of the window all the way out. So Glenn's going to double check. We'll sit right on there, right?
Can you hand me the small piece?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be inside.
Right.
I want it on the.
You want it flush, don't you?
I want to have a lift of the brick mold out, so I have a line to call to.
Okay.
We're not. I think if we go any too far,
I gotcha.
then this siding's going to be out beyond the brick mold.
Oh yeah, and you see that on some tack jobs.
So
you got to measure it from the siding all the way into inside, right?
Yeah.
Basically from here, this edge, all the way over to the other side.
So I want to be 3 inches
from there,
from this point, from this siding in.
And it's the same all the way around. So if you look right here, there's a little bit of a lip from this outside of the window. And it drops in about 1/4 inch. And what we're trying to do is get this brick mold right here that we're going to install after the edge of the window, which is right here, to the new edge with the brick mold with the siding. So this is an existing project that we did, so we want to do the same type of work. And what we're going to have to do, like I said, is go from this outside edge of the window to the inside edge for that total distance. Okay, there you go.
I don't want to be more than. I don't want to be deeper than 3 inches.
So that's a good call, good catch.
Okay, got it.
So that siding all the way in is 3 inches.
Yep.
3 inches. So that's what was that, 1/4 inch difference? Technique just to measure in 1 inch on the center and then use your other line down at the end. It's good thinking. Guess when you do a few hundred of these over a lifetime, you remember those things.
Yep. This is number 3.
3 in this house.
All I've ever done.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, of the blade.
Oh.
Because we don't need to go all the way down into the subterranean.
That's correct. Or you don't want to go too slow. You have to do it all over again.
Important on the wind down of the blade not to release the saw, because the blade will cause the saw to kick back, and that can cause a little bit of disrepair to the facial
part of your body.
Part of your body.
How are we going to get that last little
That's why
corners?
we have our reciprocating, or our saw.
Sawzall.
Sawzall.
All right.
My glasses today.
Yeah, I was going to say, polish those puppies up. Put on those safety goggles.
That's right.
I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? A splinter the size of a toothpick goes flying by? Probably not. Okay, I'm going to plunge right in the middle, huh? Let's get a closer look at the after.
The Sasquatch effect.
You've been chewing on some wood.
Oh, Woody. Oh.
That's Glenn Thurston.
Brutal.
Thurston Home Remodeling and Repair. Is your house in disarray? Is there just strife and discord in your home? Call Glenn Thurston, 1-888-555-6200.
GTO.
Woohoo! So now we got to use that other saw to join these two cuts together. So now you can just lay into it, use the weight, and it won't kick and buck.
Hopefully.
As much.
That's the goal.
As much, as they would say. I think so. Little shims. That just needs to be flush, right? Doesn't need to be, nothing slides under it.
Nope.
There it is, look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. Just one shim to get rid of. Hardest part, upside down, on the top. That's not very good. So you didn't know you were an artist?
Nope.
So what's the deal with flanges anyway?
Well,
I mean, if it was a new construction, it'd just flat go right next to the sheathing, right?
yep.
Okay. And then when they say to you, when you order it and you don't, do you want the flange or not? You're better off to start out with it.
Yeah, the reason they don't put a flange on is because most of the time when you're replacing a window, you're not doing any cutbacks.
Yeah. Because it's just in and out.
Yep.
Well, if it didn't have a flange, how do you secure it?
Inside, like we did before. We nail into the frame.
Oh, right through the frame.
Yeah.
Through the inside of the window.
Yep.
Like with screws and stuff.
Don't I have a pair of...
One time you told me you don't usually put it on the top.
Nail the header.
Yeah, never on the top.
Yep.
Because it starts to sag.
Yep.
Yeah, we needed that clean entry. Sitting in there with 4 screws. Looking good. So basically the first time we cut all that was just to get it to slide in.
Mm-hmm.
And
we should have... We didn't know where this is going to sit.
We didn't know that part.
No.
We knew the depth.
Yep.
We didn't know the width outside. Gotcha. So what do you do with the shims?
Well, cut them off.
Just cut them.
Once we cut the siding back, we'll cut the shims.
Okay. Always good to measure twice, cut once. Hammer? Hammer. Here you go.
Okay.
So you don't hurt yourself. Scoring of the shims. Yeah, beautiful. But it wouldn't have been a good idea just to assume that cutout, right?
No, because we don't want it to be real. I mean, we want it to be snug. We don't want a huge gap on your trim.
Yeah. That's got to be turned sideways and all the way underneath, huh? Nice move. They don't teach that in any school.
No, that's not in the manual.
Not really a chisel, but a stair tool.
Hand me a piece of that brick made.
Okay, from inside corner to inside corner.
Yep.
So you can do like a miter cut?
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so you turned it over, gotcha.
Excellent.
Caulk.
Caulk. Is it caulk or caulk?
I've heard both. So we've managed to measure the first strip across the top for the brick mold, and we've got enough of a gap from the cut flange that we've created that we ultimately didn't have to do, that we have to fill it with caulk. Pilot hole, so good idea. There's the outside with all the brick molding and the caulking done, complete and ready to start drying, and then when it's dry, probably won't paint it until this spring or summer. Let's go inside. Just like that, clips right on in there.
Like that.
Talked about putting the finishing touches. You have to split them.
I understand.
Yeah, you've been there before?
Yeah.
You're just not tall enough.
First rodeo, man.
Yeah. Let's just cover up all that good work.
There's
There's the finished product. Brand new window.